Come on! Come on! Well, that was exciting. Prime time, ABC, the Sixers take care of business and just open up the floodgates there in the second half. We scored 143 points. That's an offensive day. Now, I thought defensively we could definitely clean things up. We allowed 120. Kyle Kuzma goes off in the first quarter and scored 23. We allowed 40 in the first quarter. But we settled in, especially after the half there, and kind of ran away with it. But on prime time, we get it done. You had guys like Robert Kraft in the building, who was talking to Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey. By the way, Alshon Jeffrey, Carson Wentz, was he the unidentified source talking smack on Carson? They were sitting together and enjoying it. Mike Trout was there. Who wasn't there? Who wasn't there? That's the beauty of it. Before the game starts, it shows outside. You see the Wells Fargo Center on ABC primetime? They're showing you the Wells Fargo Center. That's where the Philadelphia 76ers are right now. Come on, baby. Let's go. That was a great win. You look at our bench and the way our bench produced. Now, listen, the Lakers, it's a big-time name, right? They have LeBron James. But they're not this crazy squad. They're not. They're not this juggernaut squad. But I thought we did a great job today. Like I said, we should be able to clean some things up defensively. Allowing 120 points is a lot. But you scored 143. Embiid had 37 and 13. He shot 12 of 16 from the floor. He was doing everything. Everything from being in the low block, doing his fadeaways that was almost unguardable, and you guys like Chandler getting all pissed off because you couldn't defend him and just getting frustrated. You had him do that, and then you had him run baseline to baseline for a wide open jam. He did everything. 37 and 13. He was beautiful today. He talked about after the game, I was sick last game. I'm ready to go now. I'm the best in the league, and Philadelphia is my home. Let's go. Let's go. Another great night out of Tobias. He had 14 in the first quarter. He kept us in it there while Kuzma was going off. He finishes with 22, 6 and 6, and one thing I notice is he can go with the second team. That's one takeaway out of this for me. When you take a look at what we can do on the floor with all these stars, all these great players, it doesn't have to be a wholesale 5-on-5 change where no one good is on the floor or on the second team. At one point, we had Ben, Tobias, Ennis, Boban, and Furkan out there. And listen, for your Furkan Korkmaz guys, okay, they got there's a nice little how do you do. I'm surprised he was playing more than he did, and he was playing late into the fourth before it was in blowout territory. I was surprised. Brett Brown's rocking and rolling with him over Simmons. But we'll see how that plays out later on as Simmons gets more, Jonathan Simmons that is, gets more time with the squad. But when you have him being able to be effective, when you have lineups on the floor where two of these guys are on the bench, but that's okay because we still have two other guys on the floor, that's going to be dynamic to this squad. That's going to be the deal breaker. But the bench as a whole, we scored 40. Boban, Scott, Furkan. We were out there. We were out there getting it done. JJ had 21 and 5 assists. He was making these unbelievable three-pointers when he fades to the right. He's falling out of bounds. He gets fouled on top of that. He's going to benefit insanely from this because of the spacing on the floor. The spacing on the floor is going to give him the ability to just go off consistently. Not that he never did before, but come on. Jimmy, 15. Now, Ben Simmons struggled today. Ben Simmons struggled. He shot 3 of 13. He missed a dunk. He did take one three-point attempt, and it went in and out. I was shocked. I almost jumped out of my seat. It looked like it was going to go in. But all around, Ben Simmons struggled, and early on, you can see LeBron playing off of him. That's what they did. They sagged off and let him do whatever he wanted to do, whether he was going to take the shot or not. And early on, he did take a couple jumpers, and I'm proud of him for that. And we want to see that. We want to see the progress. We want to see him take those shots. But he wasn't good today. That's just reality of it. When you take a look at this basketball team, you turn the ball over 8 times. Very impressive. Very impressive. I can't remember a basketball game when I looked at the stat sheet after and saw under 10 turnovers. We get 8 turnovers in one quarter sometimes. 8 turnovers total on the night, on the afternoon. With 33 assists also. And 10 steals also. You know, you'll take that any day of the week. First quarter, we had 30 points in the paint for us. That's the most the NBA has seen this season. 30 points in the paint is pretty impressive. And you also had Mike Muscala returning. Not as many boos as I expected, to be honest with you. Not too many boos for LeBron. In the first possession, he touched the ball, he passed it away, he got it back, he passed it away, he got it back. Nope, not too many crazy on the boos. I was surprised. Someone who we expected him to come here and, yeah, for this offseason to be what it was, I expected it to be way harsher than that. But there's always those Laker fans that are in the area that go to these games and support the Lakers and LeBron and all that too. Not that that would ever outweigh Philadelphia fans, who were awesome. Once again, awesome this afternoon. We held LeBron to very reasonable numbers, 18, 10, and 9, and it wasn't even like that. Before it got blown out of proportion, it was about 12, 8, and 7, 12, 9, and 7 in that department for LeBron, and you know he's going to get his. He's going to get close to a triple-double. But he wasn't anything close to the LeBron that takes over games. He wasn't to that level. And I'm sure Brett Brown's game plan going into this thing, let's focus on LeBron. But that clearly opened up things for Kyle Kuzma. I'd rather have Kyle Kuzma kill me for 39 than LeBron. But that's how it played out today. Impressive win. I mean, offensively, you can just take a look at what we have in store. We scored 143 points, and guys like Embiid, and it's guys like Embiid, Tobias, Jimmy, JJ, they're going to do their things. But there is still time that needs to happen for this team to click. Because you take a look at, I remember one play, fast break, Ben Simmons going hard to the rack, but he did a little drop pass for Tobias. Tobias wasn't ready for it. It was a turnover, and they go down and get a layup. That's just Tobias not being in this system long enough and not playing with Ben long enough to understand that's something that he does. We will develop that over time. But one main focus for me is seeing how Brett Brown utilizes these 4 players with substitution patterns, because you saw it tonight. And I was impressed with that second unit when it ran Ben, Tobias, Boban, Furkan, and Ennis. Now, people want to rip on Ennis already because he didn't have the hottest stretch today. You'll be okay. It'll be okay. The bench definitely improved. 100%, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I am bothered by 120 points. I am bothered by allowing 40 points in the first quarter and all that, but when you outmatch them with 143 points, some games are like that. It wasn't like we were out of it. At the end of the first quarter, it was 40-39. At the end of the third quarter, I know I'm jumping all around here, but I'm just remembering all these great moments. TJ McConnell drains a 3 with like 0.7 seconds left to get that place going. After Mike Scott had a wide open 3 in the corner, nope, dishes it over to TJ, who drains it. But hey, for you Furkan guys that get on me all the time, hey, I'm still not a believer in it, but it's crazy that Brett Brown's rocking and rolling with them. That either tells me, 1, he wants to go deep with the bench, or 2, Jonathan Simmons just isn't ready yet and doesn't know enough yet, and maybe Brett is struggling to, I wouldn't say struggling, but just doesn't really know how to implement him in yet because he just got here. Listen, I love it. I mean, I love it. The Sixers are playing with some swag right now. They're playing with some confidence. They have that effect right now where they're rolling, and this city is behind them and completely think it's going to happen. They completely think it's going to happen. And they're backing it up because they're all playing well. They're all playing well. Ben struggled today, yes. 3-13 from the floor. Joel, 37 and 13, 12 of 16 shooting. Come on. JJ does his thing. Jimmy puts himself in a nice position to help out this ball club. And Tobias, 22, 6 and 6 after a First quarter of 14 points. He did get into some foul trouble, which was some bogus calls. But that had to get him out of the game, and clearly didn't help his case. Let me know your thoughts down below on this victory at home in prime time. Our stars were there. Big named people were there. We were on the national spotlight, and we put up 143 on a Lakers team that people still believe are going to make some noise in the playoffs because of LeBron. And I'm not going to knock that because I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a LeBron supporter. But listen, are they a good team? Are they not? People think that they still will be able to make a run at this thing now that they're fully healthy. And we just kick their ass. Let's be real. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.